Hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. So in this video I want to show you guys a very simple approach you can also use to make some good profit regularly from the market. All right, so on this particular chart you can see is a volatility 10-1S index, and this is a 15 minutes time frame. All right, so you can see how long the market has traveled. The trade has how far the trade has gone. I'm in deep profit with let me try to close the trade so that you can see what I have now with the losses of 1.0, which is, so I'm having a profit currently of up to 37 points, about $37. It got up to $40. It got up to $40. So currently is at $37. All right, the minimum lot size gave me up to $20 per position. All right, so and I stacked multiple positions on this particular trade. All right, so looking at this chart currently, you see okay, before now, when I saw the market initially, it was somewhere around here. And remember our strategy. If you've been following my videos, the market started sold impulsively. Then this is kind of higher highs and lower highs and lower lows. So I was actually expecting the market to buy to the upside. And I believe I have also mentioned to you guys that most times the market refuses to break to the upside. What it does is it continues creating lower highs till it finally breaks. There must be a strong support zone around here, which is going to break and do a retest, then continue selling to the downside. But later on, the market will still buy massively to refill this particular, to compensate this particular structure that it did not respect actually. So that's what happens in the market. So I noticed this, but this is actually on the 15 minutes time frame. So if you go down to a higher time frame, you will see um something that will make you really understand why you should enter, why I actually entered this trade. So let me quickly go to the daily time frame. Let me go to the daily time frame. All right, so you can see on the daily time frame, I already had this analysis done. So you can see that the market did some massive sales to the downside, just like what happened around here. You can see there were some massive sales, very massive sales to the downside. The market created, after selling to the downside, it started creating higher highs and higher lows. So you can see the higher highs here and the higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high at this point. Now this is a higher low here in the market. All right, so as you can see, I joined the trend lines to mark. I joined the highs with a trend line and the lower lows with a trend line. Sorry, the higher highs and the higher lows, I marked them. I joined them with trend lines to actually see the structure the market has created. And based on what we can see right here, this is actually a continuation setup that the market will be selling to the downside. All right, so I did not actually enter the trade based on the fact that I'm expecting the market to continue selling to the downside, because I can see a structure here too, guys. You can see after the market created the second high, came down, created the third high at this point, and you see where it is. Then the market sold massively to this zone and did a little consolidation. So I'm actually expecting the market to do some buys back to this zone. I'm expecting the market to actually do some buys back to this particular zone here before it sells massively to the downside. Then at this point, we'll be having a clear head and shoulders pattern. We'll be having a very clear head and shoulders pattern, where this is going to be our left shoulder, this is going to be the head, and this is going to be our right shoulder. All right, so this is where I think the market will most likely come before selling to the downside and breaking to the trend line, this supportive trend line right here. All right, so but why did I actually enter this particular trade at this point? I looked at the consolidation around here, and I looked at, there was a zone. So when I noticed that yesterday's candlestick on getting to this zone, it rejected and closed bullish, Now, as it closed bullish, there is a kind of an engulfing candlestick pattern here, which my students will really understand this strategy. My student will really understand this particular entry strategy. So when I noticed this, I understood the market was going to sell, because this is something that has been happening on the chart, is all over the chart, guys. The market bought massively to this zone and rejected. And if you look to the left side, you can see market has been respecting this zone. See the first sales from this point in July. The market sold again from this same zone again in August, tried to sell again here in the same August, now this in September, then started selling again here in October. You can see, so this particular zone is a very strong zone that the market has been respecting. So seeing that rejection, I know the market will most likely want to sell back to this trend line before it would want to think of buying to the upside. All right, so I entered those trades. So I entered those trades when I got to the lower time frame. So now you can see the confirmation we have, the what we have here and what we have on the lower time frame. Because on the lower time frame, what you'd be expecting would have been a breakout to the upside based on this structure right here. If you did not have an idea of what is happening on a higher time frame, you wouldn't have known if the market was actually going to sell. You see, so what I saw on the lower time frame actually gave me more confidence to enter. What I saw on the higher time frame gave me more confidence to enter this trade without waiting for a breakout and a retest, without having to wait for a breakout and a retest or a change of character, or because this is what I would have most likely wanted to see. But when I saw what I saw on the higher time frame, I knew actually this particular setup is not going to play out. So let me just wait. I had to um, find an opportunity and enter some sales, and you can see the massive sales I got. All right, so over $800 in profit with just this particular setup, guys. You can see. So it is always good to move between time frames. If you come to the 4 hourly time frame, you'll still see the structure the market created. All right, so on the 4 hourly time frame, when I went, I noticed the market was trying to do a kind of, I don't know how they call this structure here, though it's what we saw on the 15 minutes time frame. But on this 4 hourly time frame, I noticed that this is a bearish candlestick, a massive bearish candlestick dropping. So on the close of this bearish candlestick, the market started going up again. That's when I found my entry on the lower time frame. Then I entered and made some nice profit. You can see initially the market was struggling to sell. So after the next candlestick, it bought a little, then sold massively. This is massive sales to the downside, and I made some good profit from this particular trade, guys. All right, so I'll be closing the trade because I do not trust the market. I expect it to possibly want to buy to the upside to complete that overall head and show that pattern. Although from what we are seeing right here, it looks like the market would want to sell down maybe to this level, or where we're having these consolidations before it starts buying. All right. And secondly, what also gave me that confidence to enter the trade is something I shared with you guys, I think in my last video or so. One stuff like that, about sweep. Like you can see the high of this previous high the market created. See the way the wick got to. This way the wick got to, you can see clearly. Just look closely, you will see it. You can see that the wick that was created in this particular at this particular point is lower than the wick that the high the market got to here. So this little wick swept it and then closed still in the body of this other wick, in this previous high, the week of this previous high, and since then market has never gone above it. So had it been I saw this opportunity when this formed, maybe my entry would have been around this spot here. My entry would have been on the close of this candlestick, then my stop loss would have been just above here. Then I would have enjoyed all these sales, and just imagine that how that would have been. Let me just see how much I would have possibly bagged, guys. Let me just move this. Let me see. If I use a loss of 1.0, then in that case my profit would have been, let's see, up to the current price, this would have been about $87 per position, guys. This is massive. $87 per position, and mind you, you've already confirmed from a higher time frame the market wants to sell. So it is something that you need to learn to practice how to do these things, so that you can be taking some highly profitable trades, high probability trades, and try to avoid unnecessary losses in the market, guys. All right, so if you can just do this, it will help you. So there's a link in the description of this video. It's going to take you to my Telegram channel, where you will get some updates from me. And also, if you want to enroll in my one-on-one mentorship, guys, then you'll find my direct contact once you get to that Telegram channel, guys. All right, so stay tuned. And for those who are interested in the okay, we had the online jobs webinar yesterday, which was 12th of November 2024. We had the webinar. It was very impactful. For those who are serious about it, my DM is open. You can reach, and I think the recording of the webinar is there on the group. You can go there to watch the webinar, and if it piques your interest, I will only consider anybody till the weekend, till this current weekend. So as we get to the weekend, I won't be considering people again, because it's going to be stressful for me to walk you through, helping you with the payment processors, how to get good accounts with all those payment processors, so they can be using to receive your payments and other stuff. the proxy stuff and all those stuff, you know. So is a lot. So I'll only consider till the weekend. Meanwhile, the time is still ticking. Do whatever you can to save yourself, guys. All right. So like this video, share your thoughts in the comment section, and subscribe to this channel. Please just subscribe, and I want to see us grow in numbers, guys. All right. So see you in my next video. Stay blessed and peace out.